Dragons in the skies, fire from the boughs, wisdom flowing fast, ancient temples bow, mountains echo tales, ancestors crying loud, heroes of the past, legends worn proud. On golden silk roads, history unfolds, mystics in the night, secrets they hold, great walls shadow long, warriors in rows, in the courtyard's light, a lotus flower grows. Orchids in the wind, laughter from the light, truth within the sand, sin is bathed in light. Tigers leap through time, rivers serpentine, harmony and chaos living by design. Phoenix rise anew, feathers burning blue, forest whisper soft, mind open and true. Scrolls of hidden art, sages they confide, seeking of the jade, time won't divide. Battles lost and won, emperors do reign, people marching on, dreams still remain. Peasant to the king, stories intertwined, every single soul walking a fine line. Orchids in the wind, laughter from the light, truth within the sand, sin is bathed in light. Tigers leap through time, rivers serpentine, harmony and chaos living by design.
Harmony and chaos by design. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Back again with another live stream. I am the dust at the feet of God's servants. Only God is special. Welcome back. Today's a nice little morning stream. I hope you guys are doing whatever you're doing. It's a beautiful Monday morning. The sun is out. The wind seems to have died down. It doesn't seem to be as crazy weather anymore. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the weather, whatever you're doing today. Especially on a Monday. Hopefully it started off well. Hopefully your week is going good so far. But today, just going to have a little quick chat about clay. I thought clay would be an interesting conversation because I know that the Islamic book and the Bible, and obviously the Jewish book, because the Bible's based on the Jewish book, they typically talk about how man was formed out of clay by God, and then he breathed life into him. So I thought it would be an interesting topic to talk about clay and how we can understand clay in our lives. So in order to do this, I wanted to quickly just go over the righteous path, which is truth, love, compassion, contentment, humility. Okay? Truth, love, compassion, contentment, and humility. Now, excuse me. Now, I've said previously that this path refines you. It's the righteous path. It's the narrow path. It's the path that builds character. Okay. And to try and demonstrate this to yourselves, I thought, like I said, clay would be a great idea. So I've got a little video lined up that we're going to watch. It's only 10 minutes long. We'll probably forward it a little bit. But I want you to watch the process in the way this guy actually first gets clay, processes the clay, and then he creates what he wants with the clay. So essentially, you are the clay. You are the clay. Okay, you're soft clay. You can mold yourself any way you want, but it takes truth, love, compassion, contentment, humility. Why? I'll show you in a moment. So this is the video here. So first, he's dug a little hole, found a bit of clay ground, which clay is just basically minerals. As the rain falls down onto the rocks and all the other bits and pieces, minerals come off it. And over time, those minerals get deposited in a layer in the ground, and that is then called clay. It's all the minerals compressed, clay. So he's just thrown some water on the clay to make it kind of soft, so then he can use it. And now he has to take his time. He has to slowly, look, the clay is full of rocks and other impurities that may burn away or explode in the kiln. So in order to make sure that what he creates out of the clay actually survives and then gets made solid and doesn't blow up into pieces or whatever, he has to slowly separate the clay, take away all these big rocks, take away any other impurities that he could find that are going to stop his clay from being what he wants it to be. And like I said, this is about you. this is the clay that you are. You need to stop slowly, with humility, look at yourself and pull out those big stones inside yourself, those things that hold you back, the things that weigh you down, the things that will explode if you're put under pressure, i.e. into the fire. So you want to slowly, with contentment, take your time. You're not rushing anything. With humility, you want to make sure you're double checking your work. You know, you want to be, I don't want to rush it and go, yeah, I've done it, I'm perfect, I've cleaned it all out and it's fine. And then you only find out later when it's in the oven that it explodes and you're like, oh, maybe I should have taken a second look at that. So yeah, you need to use humility in there, compassion for the way the process works. If you understand the way the process works, you work with the process. You have that compassionate understanding that clay, how it works, how it's formed, how to basically make it the best thing for you. Because essentially you could add chemicals to it, you could add all these other things to it that change its qualities. So it's the same thing with yourself. Things that you add into your life, any experiences that you add into your life can change the qualities within you. But you have to be willing to look at yourself with humility and understand that there is room to grow. So yeah, he's now removing all the big bits, taking his time. See, that's a time consuming process of slowly taking it out. As he takes out rocks, he's losing some of that clay, so then he needs to get some more clay. You know what I mean? It's all part of the experience of building that thing, and that would be you, the experience of building your character, trying to refine yourself as much as possible, purify yourself as much as possible. All right, yeah, he needs more clay, so he's digging another hole. All right, we're going to speed this up a little bit, but you can see, look, he's taking his time. He's trying to find the best clay he can. He's not just going to rush it and just go, oh, I found this little bit and that's it. That's perfect. There we go. Add some more water. Make it nice and yucky. And then I'm going to guess he's going to separate all of that as well. Oh, this guy's a genius. I see what he's doing. Do you guys see what he's doing? This guy's so clever. He's really clever. He's basically got all that clay, piled it over there, and then created this little funnel thing that catches all of everything, all the clay. So as he pours the water over there, the clay gets washed off the rocks and it comes down here into this little pool, which is now brown because of the clay sediment, the clay particles inside the water. And then he's going to wait for that to settle, I think. And then that will leave a layer of clay on top, which is more purified. And oh, what a genius. Do you see what I mean? People can make ways to do this in their own life, like come up with tips and tricks to purify themselves better and faster. This is genius. Genius. Simple, but genius. Yep, now he's waiting for that to settle, and then look at that pure clay. What a genius. Sorry, I'm really impressed with that. I love ingenuity.
If you've been...
I love a bit of ingenuity in that. Hashtag not sponsored.
45.
Here we go. Oh, nice. Look, he's mixing used clay. He's crushing it up, turning it into a powder, and then he's going to mix that in with this other clay he's got so it can combine the strength of the two. Once again, I think this is great. It's like breaking yourself down into smaller pieces and then using the best bits of yourself and the new clay, the new ideas, the new experiences, the new goals, and combining those with the best of what you used to be. And then, boom, new clay. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Man's been working hard. Collected a lot of little clay there. Now it's ready for pottery. See, making the clay took ages, but that's not even the entire thing. Now you have to start molding the clay and trying to work with it the best way you can, and try not. The thing is, there's a lot of people that will build a little bit of clay in their life within themselves. Like they'll build that kind of like, oh yeah, I like this about me, and then they don't expand. They don't try and make more clay before they go into the fire. They go into the fire small. And then unfortunately, once you're into the fire small, you get hardened, and then that's it. That small version of you is who you will then kind of be, because you harden yourself in that. So you want to make sure you take your time getting as much clay as possible, and then you want to make sure when you are forming it, you're not overstretching yourself. Because if you're only a small bit of clay and you're trying to make a big vase, those walls on the vase are going to be super thin, meaning very fragile. You know what I mean? So this is why you want to make sure you collect as much clay as possible. Try and learn as much as you can from life. Gather these experiences. Try and purify them and make them a part of yourself. Then when you got enough clay, you can make a nice giant vase, and it'll be thick, and it'll be safe, and it'll be like, it won't be so fragile, and it'll actually be practical. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is what I mean. Like trying to understand clay in regards to yourself and your journey in life. Jazz, welcome back. Says, yo, I'm having breakfast watching this. Awesome. Welcome back, buddy. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Hope breakfast is good. What are you having for breakfast? I still haven't had breakfast yet, but my breakfast is essentially my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I typically put it all into one. But what you having, buddy? All right, he's taking his time. All right, let's speed this up a little bit more. Look at that effort he's putting in. He's measuring it with the stick. He's doing all. This is what you guys need to do. You need to take that kind of attention into your own lives. Don't focus on other people's lives. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't look at other people's pottery. Focus on your own pot. Focus on your own life, because that's what's going to help you. Honestly, looking at other people's lives doesn't help you. It just, what's the saying? There's a saying that says, comparison is a thief of joy. Meaning that when you start comparing yourself to others, it takes away that joy you have for your own life. Okay? Don't compare yourself to others. Focus on your own pot. Take your time. Measure twice. Truth, love, compassion, contentment, humility. Those are your guiding principles when you're trying to recreate yourself the best way you want to be. Olak says bacon and eggs. Ooh, nice. I'll probably make myself a little omelette later. Enjoy, buddy. Oh, look at this. Is another clever thing he's doing. He's building up in layers. This is another good little strategy for you to use when you're building yourself up. Don't try and make the pot completely perfect straight away. It's not going to happen. Especially when you're first learning to understand yourself and starting to understand these levels to yourself. And I say levels on purpose, because this guy's building up in levels. So you don't want to just go, oh yeah, by the end of the week, I want to be a full pot. No, you take your time, you take your sweet ass time, You need a lot of patience with this, but you also need to make sure you build layer by layer by layer by layer to the size you want to be, and then you could refine it. Then you can make it more prettier, smoother, whatever. But yeah, as you're first working on yourself, you want to take your time and work on yourself in layers. Think about the different layers to yourself and think, all right, cool. Maybe I'm an angry person. Maybe I should work on my anger. Maybe I'm a lustful person. Maybe I should work on that. Maybe I'm whatever the situation is. Work on that one thing first. Don't try and fix the entire package all in one hit. You'll probably end up going crazy, but just make sure you do focus on those particular things that you want to work on and try and take those small steps, but make sure they're steps forward, i.e. building up yourself in layers. See, there's a refining. Now he's making it nice and pretty. He could even carve patterns on it. He could do anything he wants. Now for the fire. Guess he's making a lid first. Is that a lid? What is he making? Looks like a little channel. Oh, it's for the fire. Cool. So, still not sponsored by anyone. Hashtag. Yeah. So that long thing that he just made with the lines inside of it, I think I just saw he called it a sluice, and if I remember correctly, a sluice is like for. I think they use it in gold mining. What they do is they have a long metal tray with all these lines going through it, and then they throw dirt mixed with water on top. And as the water and the dirt go down, the gold gets trapped in those little grooves because gold is heavier. So it gets trapped in those grooves. So I don't know if he's going to use it for gold or something, or maybe something else, because I'm guessing you could use that kind of method of separating things with various different elements, I guess, that are heavier than the others. So yeah, now for the firing, the most important part, but also the part that shouldn't be rushed. Okay, it's the most important part, the firing. Because what happens is once the clay goes into the furnace, the moisture inside it changes the chemical composition, and that's what turns clay from just dirt into rock hard, like something that will last forever, essentially. That's why firing should only be done once you're sure you're 100% ready. And what does that mean in life? That means the hardening. So, like I said, you want to build yourself up like soft clay. You want to make sure you work on yourself, refine yourself, clear out all the debris, clear out all the rocks that are going to make you explode. Whatever the situation is, clear it all out. Once you've created that thing that you want to be in life, that you are happy with, and you know that that's you, you could then put that into the fire, meaning that then you know that that is who you want to be. You don't want to change from that because it's built on solid ground, because you've done the work in the first place. You've cleaned the clay, you've built the clay, you've built yourself up, you've got everything set and ready. Now it's just about hardening yourself. You've done the hard work. So the firing part shouldn't be scary. Whereas someone who hasn't done the work, who has clay mixed with all bunch of stuff, and then they've made a pot, and then they've thrown it into the kiln, into the furnace, they need to worry. They're the ones who should be worrying, because they're the ones that might explode and destroy and whatever, and never be what they wanted to be, because they never actually did the work in the first place on themselves, i.e. on the clay. There you go. Oh, and he's doing fire by friction. What a gangster. I'll show you guys how to do fire by friction one day. Maybe I'll do it, or I'll show you a video of someone doing it like this guy, where they explain it properly. But fire by friction is hard work. So this guy's a G. But he does it. He practices every day. You can see with his technique, he does this every single day almost. Look at that. It helps to have the right tools as well, like dry wood. He looks like he's in a really nice dry area. What a G! That's it, that's it. Beautiful. One more, come on. That's the one. There we go. Oh, come on. Why isn't it burning? I love fire. I love fire. It's one of my favorite things about going camping. I hate going camping if I can't have a fireplace. You know, I just think that camping without fire is completely pointless. That's a good looking furnace. So now, yeah, the heat. This is what I'm saying. Like, once you've prepped yourself, then you put yourself into the fire. That's when you harden yourself. And then by the end of it, you're rock solid. And you are completed. And you are able then to hold water if you're making yourself into a pot. Oh yeah, so he's trying to sluice works, but the grooves are a bit deep, catching coarser sand rather than the finer. Okay, so he was looking for the finer magnetite ore, the iron ore. That typically gives the clay the red color. Interesting. Yeah, see, you could use a sluice for other things other than gold. I never knew you could use it for iron ore, but that's cool. I still learned something new. Thanks, buddy. And he's ready for round 2. And now he can make even more clay because now he's got... I love this. Because he's got these clay buckets now, he's able to make even more clay and then... Oh, I love the whole cycle of it, that how, because you've done the work, you could then work easier in the future. All right, that was amazing. I love that. I hope you guys enjoyed that too. There was another thing I wanted to say in regards to this, and then I think I'm going to end the stream there. This was just going to be a quick stream about clay. So what happens if you've worked a bit on your clay and you fired it, but you didn't work on yourself properly, and now you're kind of rock solid, you're in the way you are? What do you do then? That's a tough question. So the best thing I could think of at the moment was this. I've mentioned this previously. This is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery. So obviously pottery is made from clay. So after clay is hardened, it's called pottery. So essentially, if you have already hardened yourself and you're not so sure that you should have hardened yourself, don't worry, there is still hope. You can be broken and put back together. But when you want to break yourself and get put back together, you want to make sure you are...
I had two...
Oh, excuse me. Advert. Hashtag not sponsored. Here we go. So yeah, once you do break yourself as pottery, you want to make sure that when you mend yourself, you turn to God and ask him to mend you. And that's when he'll be able to use his love and power to mend you, and to, even though your constituent pieces weren't amazing, but because God breaks you and puts you back together, and with this new beauty of him putting you back together, he puts you back in a different way, which works for you. And then that way you can move forward. So yeah, there's hope for those who haven't worked on their clay. But I would say anyone who hasn't gone through the test of fire is to make sure you work on your clay first. Pull out all the things inside yourself that are going to potentially explode if they are not taken care of. and you want to make sure that you refine yourself as much as possible before you put yourself in the fire. So yeah, that's it. That was my little stream for this morning. It was just purely something that came into my head. I thought it would be a nice way to explain how to try and focus on your growth, try and focus on your development, and once again, try to use truth, love, compassion, contentment, and humility in regards to that purification process. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever the weather. And I shall see you next time. Take care, guys. Bye.
In the hush of morning light, find a place where shadows hide. Whisper truths in silent night. Soul serenity inside. In the world feels loud and wild, seek the gentle breath of grace. In the eyes of every child, see divinity's embrace. Quiet stillness holds the key to a mind that's truly free. In the tranquil we confide, finding God, a peace inside. Mountain tops and waters deep echo with a sacred hymn. In His care, our spirits sleep, cleared from every released brim. As the stars paint dusky skies, see His love in every beam. In the night where calmness lies, dreams of heaven softly gleam. Moments pause and hearts align, feel the warmth of His design. In the stillness we shall find God imparts a peace of mind.